What happened, Lucy? I'll tell you what happened, Lucy. Remember we went on vacation and of course we were going during the time where usually go like do groceries. Like we do groceries on Saturdays, Instacart. Okay? Every Saturday. But we were out of town, so we didn't do it. And he was like begging, begging, begging to go to the store. But I was like, no, I was going to stand my ground because I was going to reward him when we got back home on Monday. I was going to reward him with actually going into the store. That's a reward for him because we usually do Instacart just for my peace of mind because I have the store anxiety. I have to go into the out anxiety and all that. So Stacy doesn't have the anxiety, but he sometimes all the time like skips social norms. Like he doesn't say excuse me. He doesn't watch out for little ones. But somebody said like a baby dinosaur in the store the other day. That's exactly what it's like. Cause like huge, right? And just sometimes he be knocking stuff down. He don't pay attention. And then he don't go by the list. He just pick up stuff. Like, bro, what is you rich or what? He must really think he's Chris Brown. But I'm not Chris Brown mama, so we have to go by the list. So we came back from vacation and he did really good. He kept asking for a grocery store, but I kept explaining to him that we would do it Monday and he seemed to be okay. No meltdowns, nothing. He had a good time. He didn't complain. So when we got home on Sunday, I was like, really, we about to do this. But I was so nervous. I was like, OMG. We haven't done it in a while, not since Big Lots, but it wasn't a whole grocery list. We've never done it, okay, actually. A whole grocery list, Stacy by himself. So I was like, all right, we're doing this. I had my headphones. I was prepared. I have my bag. I have a little, what do you call those things? Knapsack things, pouches. I have my bag with all my stuff, is my point. I had prepared myself with all my sensory stuff. Okay, headphones, fidgets, and then I had my little bracelet on that I usually take off and fidget. I had everything I needed, and so did he. And you know what? He tried to walk out the car without his tablet. I was like, oh nah. Where's your tablet, bro? How you gonna go shopping without your tablet? You got the talkie-talkie. You got the talkie-talkie to people. You have to. You know what I'm saying? So I made him go back and get his tablet. And we went in the store. He grabbed the cart for me, but I mean, he tried to give it to me. But I was like, no, I'm not pushing that thing, you. So he pushed the cart. He did okay. He didn't hit anybody. He hit a couple of items on the aisles, but that's okay. He didn't hit anybody with it. He did keep trying to leave the cart, but that's okay. I just remind him, go and get your cart. The point is, he did all his groceries, all of them, with the book that I made him. Remember the pictures? I don't think I was able to show you guys because he didn't want y'all to see, but it's a picture book with each item a picture. Each grocery is like spinach, like a, you know what I'm saying? It looks exactly like the ones he usually get. So we started off in the produce, and that's what I was just about to say. The first thing that we were about to get is spinach on the list. So we started off in produce, and he pointed to the spinach on the picture, but then went to go get collard greens. I was like, you didn't look at the picture. That was the only time he did that. I was like, you didn't look at the picture. That's not it. Look at this one, and look at that one. So he eventually picked the spinach, but that was the only time he made a mistake. The second time, he couldn't find something. He went down the aisle to get pasta, and he came back to me and got the book and took it with him. I was so impressed. He was like, hold up. And then he was over there just like looking at the, he don't like it. He don't like it. Looking at the thing over there shopping, just like by himself because I didn't follow him. Every time we went to an aisle, I stood at the foot of the aisle and told him to go look for it. Go, here you go. I was doing like this. I had my hands in my pockets. And even at one point, he said, "Excuse me," on his tablet. I don't think the person heard him, but the point is, he did. He was like, they was in his way. And they were in his way. I could tell. And he didn't feel like waiting for them. Usually, I would have just waited until they finished. But he was like, man, I don't think they heard him. But it's okay. But that's what I'm for. Excuse him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm for. But he did great. He did really good. He did really good. So after that, I said that we could do it every Monday. Why not? Add it to the routine board. Who needs Instacart? Not him. No, I'm not crying again. It must be my allergies or something. But I just came on here to tell you guys that me and Stacy just came from the store. Me and Stacy just came from the store. He did his groceries by himself with the list.